When it comes to peer review day, we are looking over people's rough drafts. And I wanted to really just stress to you that a rough draft should not just be garbage. There are a lot of students who often feel like, well, it's just a rough draft, I really don't have to try too hard, or it's okay if there's a ton of mistakes that I know that are already in there, it's just the rough draft. And I really want to encourage you to get out of that mindset, if that is the mindset that you currently possess. Remember, the whole purpose of peer review is to make your essay better. And if you already know how to make your essay better, someone else telling you the same things that you know will not help you. So if you go into it and you hand in your rough draft and you know, hey, I have a lot of run-on sentences and I have a lot of compound sentence issues that they just don't work, or I know that my thesis statement is no good, or I know these things. If someone were to say, hey, you know, those things that you know, yeah, that's true, it doesn't really do much for you. What we want to get out of a peer review is something we didn't know. So hand in on when you hand in your rough draft, make it so that this is the best possible essay that you can write. So that whenever your peer takes a look at it, when your classmate takes a look at it, and they make some comments, it actually is something that is helpful to you, as opposed to something that you get nothing out of and is just a waste of your time. Because we don't want to waste anybody's time, and I don't want to waste my own time. So give me the best you can possibly give me for a rough draft so that your classmate can help you make it better. Now, whenever you're doing this, a few comments on how to do a peer review. The first thing is, I do give you some guidance. I have some questions for you to answer, and I ask you to do some things, and it should give you enough inspiration to say, okay, I'm going to look at these different aspects of the essay. The other thing to think about is, just remember, you're doing your friend a favor by looking at this paper. And if you're thinking about it from the other end, someone is doing you a big favor by looking at your paper. Because that person, whoever's peer reviewing the rough draft, is the last person, most likely, that will look at this draft before I have to grade it. And when I have to grade it, the grade sticks. You can't do it over again. There's nothing past that. That's when the big grade happens. So when you are peer reviewing for a friend, make sure to make some quality remarks. Don't be rude. Don't say, hey, you know, it's total crap, and you know, it's awful, and wow, where'd you learn how to not write well? You know, don't do something that's rude. But at the same time, you say, okay, I noticed that you had significant issues with compound sentences, or I noticed that you had a lot of run-on sentences in this essay. You don't necessarily have to mark all of the run-on sentences for them. That's not your job either. But you want to bring to light at least 3 or 4 really important things that your peer needs when revising the essay to hand it in later. So really think about, okay, how can I help a person out? And whenever you get that feedback, when you get that criticism, that helpful criticism from another person, say thank you. Don't say, well, you know, I totally knew that, or, you know, you just don't understand what I was trying to do, or don't take it the wrong way. That person was trying to help you. So when we do a peer review, the whole goal is to help each other get a better grade, to get a better essay, and to make a clearer message. Okay, so with that in mind, let's get started.